Good evening, everyone. I have been selected to follow such a wonderful performance. And indeed it was. To Renata, Michael, Stephen, Karina, Cameron, Deborah, and all who remember from afar, and all who have gathered to remember my teacher, Professor Joseph Schwartz. I am Jeremiah Murphy from Washington, D.C., and I'm of the class of 1979. So it's been a minute since I left Oberlin. I began my freshman year here at the conservatory 50 years ago this semester. At that time, I started with another teacher, but was later transferred to Joseph Schwartz's studio. That was the best thing that could ever happen to me, pianistically. I joined that studio with others such as Ruth Murata and the late Moses Hogan. I was a double degree, fifth-year student in the conservatory. My bachelor's degree is in piano. My master's degree is in music teaching. So I got to spend a lot of time with Joseph Schwartz. I was happy about that. He taught me, he encouraged me, and boy did he lean into me when he needed to. And I appreciate it all now. He selected repertoire for me, some of which I really, really loved. I had played by ear since the age of 9. I started formal lessons at age 10, and I became a songwriter at age 16. So many of the pieces he assigned me influenced me stylistically in melodies and chord progressions that I use until this day. My background was in church and gospel music, so I had no problem expressing my truth here, and that was this. I am here to learn classical music so that I can play gospel music better. Joseph Schwartz directly impacted the success of that pursuit. When we were selecting music for my senior recital, I asked him if I could play a gospel song in the repertoire for the event. He didn't crack a smile. He didn't raise his voice. He simply said, no. I asked him, can I play one of them for you? And almost reluctantly, he said yes. And when I finished, he said, okay, you can do it. I and my mom were happy about that. Both an excellent teacher and pianist, he taught me technique through repertoire. But I loved it when he would sit down at the piano and play a song for me. I remember when he assigned me the Bach French Suite, number 4 in E flat. He played the first movement for me. I still remember how beautiful it was. His technique both appeared and sounded flawless. Some years ago, he performed in DC at the National Gallery of Art. I went there and he was still phenomenal. To me, the most profound technique that he taught me, he simply called it voicing, keeping the melody out front and prominent. But he also taught me chording, in which the entire chord was the voice. And oh, how I loved to learn those intricate, submerged melodies in the music of Brahms that he taught me to listen for. The last time that I saw him, it was in June of 2012, right here in Oberlin. We took a picture together that I still have and that I treasure. I attended and spoke at his life celebration in Clearwater, Florida in June. So when Deborah asked me if I would come and offer a tribute and play a song today on the program, my answer was immediately yes. For someone who did so much for me by simply coming to work and doing his job, it was not too much for me to write this tribute to him and to play music unto God in his honor. I remember saying in Florida, And if there's a Professor Joseph Schwartz Memorial or Remembrance in Oberlin this fall, and if I can get there, I plan to be there. Well, thankfully, I was able to get here. In closing, the Oberlin experience changed my life. It served to clarify and enhance my direction. For all of that, I am grateful, and I suspect that for as long as I live and can think clearly and can play the piano, I will remember and speak well of Joseph Schwartz. Thank you.